Yo, what up guys? OPTCG Daniel here, back at it again with a deck profile video. So as you can see, I'm not in my room. I'm currently traveling around the Netherlands to join some pre-releases. So yeah, I got a deck complete, so let's jump right into the video. So today's leader is Perona. Perona is the newest addition to the OPO6 leaders. It's a green-black, activate main once per turn, choose one. Rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less, or give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost during this turn. So just like Sakazuki, you don't need to attach anything, you can just use it whenever. So most blockers in the game are 4 or less, so you can just rest them and then go for game. Just hit with everything you have. But yeah, really fun deck, really interesting, and it definitely is a top contender in this meta. Especially if they will ban Sakazuki here, but no word on that yet. Probably not, but we will see. But yeah, for our 1 costs, we of course play 4 times the Baby 5. So Baby 5 is the searcher for this deck because we do play a Don Quixote engine. Activate main, rest 1 Dawn, you may rest this character, look at 5 cards on top of your deck, choose up to 1 or reveal up to 1 Don Quixote Pirates type card, add it to your hand, place the remaining at the bottom of your deck in any order. So Baby 5 can add Baby 5, just like Bonnie can add Bonnie. And yeah, this is basically just a pseudo blocker because your opponent needs to attack with the leader into this, else you can just search again next turn. So that's it for the searchers. Then for other 1 costs, our only deduction in this deck almost is 4 times Tsuru. So Tsuru is also a 2k counter. And apparently I ripped one of my cards, as you can see, a massive crease, so I gotta fix another one. I closed my deck box too quick, thankfully not an expensive card. But yeah, Tsuru, basically our only minus reduction in the deck, besides card you will see later. But yeah, 2k counter, on play, give up to one of your opponent's characters, -2 cost during this turn. So you will definitely use this card a lot in combination with a different card. Then for our 2 costs, we do play 2 times Brand New. So Brand New will search the Navy cards and also it will trash the remaining cards. Because we are a Thriller Bark Pirates, so we need some cards in the trash to get the full advantage of it. But yeah, on play, look at 3 cards on top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Navy type card other than Brand New and add it, then trash the rest. So you definitely want to have cards in the trash to do combo later. Then for other 2 costs, and this card I really like, it is Inupe, or however you pronounce it. This card is just the GOAT, especially in this deck. It's a 2 cost, 1000 counter, on play, on KO. If your leader has the Thriller Bark Pirates type, draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand. So basically when you have cards you want in your grave to use with Moria, you can just trash them from your hand and you can draw cards. So you basically just refill your hand or refix your hand, however you want to call it. And yeah, attach 2 dons you can hit for 5 if you want to, but definitely just play it and on a KO, they will just have to do it. So you can arrest their searchers, hit with this into it, and then they will maybe KO this, and then you can just draw 2 cards, trash 2. Really good card. Or if you don't want to play this, you can definitely play 2 more Brand News. Then for other 2 costs, the broken blocker in this game, which makes this deck really good, or just green in general, it is Don Quixote Rocinante. So Rocinante is really good because you can play it off the 8 cost Moria and it is still a blocker even though it's rested, because opponent's turn, if your rested character will be KO'd, you may trash this card instead. So whenever it's active or in rested mode, you can still block a card, and especially you want to protect your cards. So yeah, good blocker. Then for our 4 costs, we do play 4 times Kuzan. So Kuzan is our only way to reduce the high cost cards in the game. Other than that, we don't really have a lot of minus power unless you want to combo your leader, but primarily you want to use it for the rest effect, or you just have to play 2 Tsurus or something else. But yeah, this card is really important. If you don't see it, you cannot rest the higher ones or KO them. And yeah, just play this with your Moria, draw 1, and then it's on for the next turn, but still, really good card. Then for other 4 costs, we play 4 times the Borsalino blocker. So this card is just really good because it cannot be KO'd by effects. And it's a 6k blocker in your opponent's turn. And you can just use it for a counter and get it back with Moria and then play Rocinante, so you have 2 blockers on the field and an 8 cost, and then you can protect your other cards, because we do play a fortress build, so we want to protect a specific card. Probably you already know, but still, really good card. You can swing with it, and you can just get it back or block with it. Really good. Then for our 4 costs, and this is basically the most important card of the deck, this is our removal. We play 4 times Ryuma. So Ryuma is our KO card. On play, on KO, KO up to one of your opponent's rested cards with a cost of 4 or less. So whenever you're at 4 dons, you can use your leader ability, rest one of your opponent's cards, and like it's their 5 don turn or 3 don turn, they play something, you can rest it, play this, remove it, and you can swing for 5, and then you have 2 bodies on the field, and while your opponent only has the leader. So really good, and also you can totally discard this with the brand new and with the Inupi, or Inup, whatever it's called, because you can just get it back with Moria, because there's no counter, and yeah, really good card. Then for our 5 costs, we play 4 times Sabo, and I think you can see one recurring thing is we draw and we trash a lot of cards, because like I said, you want specific cards in your trash. If not, you will probably lose if you don't see Ryuma in trash or some other good cards, so you want to trash and just do your hand, because we actually do play a lot of non-counters, so you want to have all your defensive cards and 2k cards in your hand. On play, none of your characters can be KO'd by effects until the start of your next turn, then draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand. So on play, draw 2, trash 2, and then your cards are protected from KO effect, so always play the Sabo last. Don't play it first and then play characters after that if else those cards are not protected. But yeah, really good card, 6k, and just swing with it, defend it, whatever you want to do with it. Then for our 5 costs, we play 4 times Fargo. So Fargo is our searchable 2k for the Don Quixote, Pirate, and the Navy, because it has 2 tags. So this is searchable by both of our searchers, and it's just a 2k counter. You want to stack on all the 2k counters, because your goal is to be really defensive end turn, and that is really easy to achieve with this deck. You can easily go to 2 lives to 1 life and then just play defensive, because you will have a big board, annoying blockers to deal with, and a card that is really hard to remove. Then for our 6 costs, we do play 2 times Brook. So I really like Brook, because Brook is the first card that I know of that will bypass the anti-KO effects, because if you can read it, on play, choose 1. Trash up to one of your opponent's cards with a cost of 4 or less. So it says trash, so it doesn't say KO. So this card can trash the Borsalino, even though it cannot be KO'd, because this is trash, so the Borsalino will not stay on the field. So really good to know, and you can just trash some other cards that are un-KO'able, so really good. And then you can choose another one. Your opponent places 3 cards from their trash at the bottom of their deck in any order. Maybe against Nami it's good or something, but you want to use it for the first effect. You don't really play this card a lot, but if you do, it will definitely be really good. Then for our 8 costs, we of course have the Boogeyman. It is 4 times Gecko Moria, so this card is really good. On play, choose up to 1 character card with a cost of 4 or less, and up to 1 character card with a cost of 2 or less from your trash. Play 1 card and play the other card rested. So what you want to do is you want to play the Ryuma and then play another 2 cost like a brand new or a brand new Inupi, so you can draw 2, trash 2, or trash some cards, or you can just play a Borsalino with a Rocinante, so you have 2 blockers, or a Ryuma with a Rocinante, or a Kuzan with a Rocinante. You have a lot of options, and then you just have 3 boards, 3 cards on the board with pretty big stats, and then you're safe for next turn, because then you will drop your other combo piece, which will come right after this card, because we do of course play 2 times Eustace Captain Kid. So yeah, this card is really insane in this deck, because we are a really defensive deck. Don 1, opponent's turn. If this character is rested, your opponent cannot attack any other card than Eustace Captain Kid. So basically you are being forced to attack this card, and it is an 8k stat line, so you can just easily defend it. Unless they can KO it, then you're kinda SOL. But yeah, activate main. Once per turn, you may rest this card. Play 1 card with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. So whenever you're at 10 dons, you can swing with your leader for 6 or some other cards. You can rest stuff, you play this. You attach 1 don, use its main effect, you can rest it, and then you can play a Rocinante. So then you have a blocker on the field. and then you can protect this card, and then by that time you will have a lot of counters on hand, so you can just protect it, swing with it for 9, and then they still have to attack it, and it is really good that this card can rest itself, if else it was bad, but still, this is one of the most important cards in this format, because we also have Yamato running this and some other decks, basically the Fortress type of build. And then for our 10 cost, you know it, I know it, everybody knows it, this card wins all the games for this deck. If you drop this and you have a Moria and a Usos Captain Kit on the field, you can just shake your opponent's head because you win. They cannot restand 3 of their characters and leader. So yeah, on play, up to a total of 3 of your characters' rested leaders or characters' cards will not become active in your opponent's next refresh phase. So you are being forced to rest them. So really funny, if you just swing for 5, they have a 6k blocker, they will block with it because it's a free block. Then you drop this, and you can just not refresh the blocker, and then you can go for game next turn. A lot of people would take that bait because they don't want to trash a card from hand. They just rather block the attack, and then you can rest it for the next turn. Really good, and if you can chain this, you will definitely win. I played a lot of games, and just dropping 2 in a row with a Moria and a Eustas is just game breaking, which happens quite a lot, because you definitely have to know how to play this deck. But still, it's not really the hardest deck in the world. And then for our last 2 cards, we have, of course, you know me, I love 0 cost evens. It is because the side of justice will be whichever side wins. Okay, weird name. But still, it's a 0 cost counter. You may trash 1 card from your hand up to one of your leader or characters, gain 3000 power during this battle. And then trigger, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. So basically just a Punk Gibson trigger. But we play a lot of non-counters, so you can just cycle them with the Inupi or with some other cards with the Sabo. Put them all away, draw into the counters or into this, and you can just do it. Really good card, and that's it for this list. I am really liking the Perona list. If you know from Twitter, this list is made by the live action Zoro player by Makenju Arata. He is a avid One Piece player, and he played Perona in a flagship in Japan, and he got like a top 8 card, a Perona, I think. I don't know if, or the Mihawk, one of those 2. So he made this deck publicly. I played it, and I have to say this is a really good deck. So hats off to Makenyu, and of course all the credits go to him. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you like it, give it a like. If you dislike it, dislike it. If you want to see more content, subscribe. And now we are back onto making deck lists on every other day. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. See you next one. Peace.